How's it going, class? Coach Joe here, and welcome back to another fun math lesson. Today, we're going to be doing a Roblox game called Jailbreak. In this game, we are going to act as the prisoner, and we are going to try to avoid getting stopped by the police as we answer some multiplication problems. Our multiplication problems today are going to be two-digit numbers multiplied by single-digit numbers. So, before we get into the game, let's do a quick problem, and then it's time to play some Jailbreak. All right, let's take a look at our first problem here that we're going to practice. We have 35 times 6. I have my double-digit number at the top, my single-digit number at the bottom. And our number at the bottom is what we are going to be using to multiply my top numbers. First thing I want to do is take that 6, and I want to multiply straight up 6 times 5. So let's do it. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. And 6 times 5 is 30. Now I can't put two numbers down here in my ones column. So I want to keep the number in my ones column, which is the 0, and I'll take the 3, and I want to move it on top of the other 3. Next, what I want to do is I want to take that 6, and we're going to multiply it by 3. I already have it done here. 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3, which is 18. But don't forget, I need to add 3. 1, 2, 3. And what do I land on? 21. And here is my answer, 210. 35 times 6 equals 210. So remember, double-digit number at the top, single-digit number at the bottom, multiply my 6 straight up. Then, if it's more than 10, put my 1's number here, my 10's number here, multiply diagonal, and then add my number at the top. We're going to practice a couple of them today as we do our lesson. So let's get right into our Jailbreak game. All right, here is level 1 of our Jailbreak game. The first thing that we have to do is we need to escape the prison. Now, there's a police officer hiding behind one of these. We need to try to avoid that police officer. So we have two options. Should we try to climb over the fence, or should we try to climb out through the brick wall? All right, we're going to go over the fence, the front gate, or are we going to try to climb over the brick wall? I want you to pick which one you think is going to be the safe way to exit. Do not pick the one that the police officer is hiding behind. Let's take a look at our first multiplication problem, and then we'll see which way to exit was the safe path. Now, to find out which way out is the safe way, we need to answer this multiplication problem. 67 times 5. 67 times 5. I want you to pause the video, come up with an answer, and when you come back, we'll do it together. I'll find out which way was the safe way out. All right, you should have your answer written down. I rewrote the problem, so I have my double-digit number at the top, my single-digit number at the bottom, and my 5 is what I'm going to be using to multiply my numbers up. Start with your 5. We're going to go straight up to the 7. We're going to multiply 5 times 7. We have 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 6 is 30. And 5 times 7 is 35. Now remember, I can't have 35 under here. So what I want to do, I want to keep the 5 and I want to move the 3 up on top of the 6. So let's put the 3 up here. Let's put my 5 straight down here. Next, what do I want to do? I want to multiply diagonal 5 times 6. And I already have 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 5 times 3, 5 times 4, 5 times 5. And right here is my 5 times 6. So what do I get? I get 30, but don't forget, you also have to add 3. 1, 2, 3. And what do we get? 33. And my entire answer is 335. 67 times 5 equals 335. If you got that right, give yourself a big thumbs up. Fantastic job. All right, we need to pick the way out. Are we going to pick the front gate or are we going to pick the brick wall? Which one are you going to pick? All right, let's take a look and see which one is safe. Let's try the brick wall. Is the brick wall safe? It is. There's nothing behind there. The front gate is where that police officer was staying. If you got that right, give yourself a thumbs up. Let's take a look at our next options. All right, we need to pick a getaway car. Once we escape from the prison, we need to get away with a car. Should we pick the old school green car or should we pick the red sports car? One of these is safe. One of these will have a police officer behind it. Which one is the safe car? We're going to answer a multiplication problem, and then we'll see which one is safe. To figure out which car is the safe car, we need to answer this problem right here. 46 times 8. 46 times 8. I want you to try this problem, pause the video. When you come back, we'll keep going, and let's see if you got that answer correct. All right, you should have your answer written down. I rewrote the problem with my double-digit number at the top, my single-digit number at the bottom. 46 times 8. What's the first thing that we want to do? We want to take the 8. We want to multiply straight up. So I want to multiply 8 6 times. Let's do it with me. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 5 is 40. And 8 times 6, that'll be 40 plus 8. We get 48. Remember, I can't put both numbers into my ones, so I want to put my 8 at the bottom and my 4 at the top. Perfect. Next, what I want to do is I want to take my 8, we'll go diagonal and multiply it 4 times. I already have that. 8 times 1, 8 times 2, 8 times 3, 8 times 4 is 32, but don't forget, we need to add 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do I get? 36. So 46 times 8 equals 368. Did you get that right? If you did, give yourself a really big thumbs up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, we need to pick which getaway car is safe. Is it going to be the old school green car or is it going to be the red car? Let's try the old school car. Is it safe? Oh no! The police officer was waiting for us behind that one. If you picked the red sports car, you got that correct. Give yourself a big thumbs up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We need to buy some stuff. So, should we take the bag of Roblox money or should we take the gold bars? Which one should we take? You need to pick which one is the safe one, which one is the police officer hiding behind. And let's take a look at our next math problem. Now we need to figure out which item is going to be the safe one. To do that, we need to solve this multiplication problem. 73 times 7. I want you to pause the video, try it, come back, and we'll do it together. You should have your answer written down. I rewrote the problem, 73 times 7. First thing we want to do is take our 7 at the bottom, multiply it straight up with the 3. So let's do 7 3 times. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. Remember, I can't put both numbers here, so my number in the ones place, which is the 1, we'll put here. My number in the tens place, which is the 2, put on top of the 7. And now I want to do 7 times 7. Well, we already have up to 7 times 3, so we got to keep going a little bit more. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 6 is 42. And 7 times 7 is 49. But don't forget, our 2 up at the top, we need to add that. 1, 2. And what do I land on? 51. So 73 times 7 equals 511. Did you get that right? If you did, give yourself a big thumbs up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now let's take a look. Let's see which item is the safe one. Is it the gold bars or is it the Roblox cash? Which one is the safe one? Which one is the safe one? Let's try the Roblox cash. Nothing there. Behind the gold bars. There he is right there. The Roblox bag of cash was the safe one. If you got that right, give yourself a thumbs up. All right, let's take a look at our last options. We need a house to hide out in. Should we hide out in the small red house or should we hide out in the bigger house? Which house will be safer? There's a police officer hiding behind one of them. Which one is the safe one? All right, here is our last problem for the day. 87 times 9. 87 times 9. I want you to pause the video. We'll try out this problem. After you're done, come back. We'll do it together and we'll see which house is the safe one. You should have your answer written down. I rewrote the problem, 87 times 9. Remember, what do we do first? We take the 9, we want to multiply it straight up 7 times. 9 times 1 is 9. What's 9 times 2? It's 18. What about 9 times 3? 27. 9 times 4? 36. 9 times 5? 45. 9 times 6? 54. And 9 times 7? 63. I want to put my number in the ones, which is the 3 at the bottom. Put my number in the tens, which is a 6 at the top. And now what I want to do is I want to multiply 9 times 8. We're already up to 9 times 7, so let's do one more. 9 times 8 is 72. But don't forget, we need to add 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 78. 87 times 9 is 783. Did you get that right? If you did, give yourself a huge thumbs up. All right. Which house is the safe one? Is it the little red one or is it the big house? Let's take a look. The little red one. Oh no! Hide in the big house. That is the safe one. Awesome job. Awesome job. Well, listen, you all did a fantastic job today working on our multiplication problems. I hope you enjoyed our jailbreak Roblox game. If you did, I want you to put in the comments below that you enjoyed it and tell me what other games would you like me to make into a math game. If you had fun, give me two big thumbs up, and I will see you next time for some more math.